On the field, you can't hear anything. But if you look at the crowd, you can't hear, but you can feel it. They know they standing up, rooting, cheering, yelling. I look at players' minds, I understand what they're saying. Sometimes, like myself, I feel like I thought about myself, and later I get like I understood you have to just stop that thing, just move on and be proud about yourself.
He's excited, and he wants the team to be excited, and he wants the people in the stand to be excited. He's over there on the sideline, throwing up his hands, pumping up everybody. He doesn't get a lot of player time, but he doesn't let that get him down.
Can you imagine playing at the very highest level of high school football in the country, yet you don't have the ability to hear? And day after day after day, he just keeps coming. To have an opportunity to get on the football field for 1, 2, maybe 3 plays in a game, maybe 2 or 3 times in a year, it's a tremendous sacrifice of their time and effort, realistically, for that moment. Yet that moment will last them a lifetime.
Micah, he didn't do a lot of crying. He didn't do a lot of whining around. He just kind of went with the flow. He was a very happy little boy. He loved to play. He was always curious, always into everything. One day we were in the kitchen, and the pots and pans fell, and it kind of startled everyone. And we looked at him, to make sure that he was okay, but it didn't faze Micah. And we were just kind of startled that he wasn't startled.
I didn't really like my son, watched I remember myself. He was sitting close to the TV. I turned the TV up really loud. And then my mom turned it back down. So I keep turning it up so I can hear it closer.
I think it was either his first day or his second day of school. They tested his hearing and said he has hearing loss. At that point, they didn't know how bad or how severe it was. At first, I was concerned, I have a child that has hearing loss. You don't want anything negative, about your son or your daughter. So me and my wife kind of took it a little hard at first. How was people going to treat him? Were they going to befriend him or shy away from him? But, Micah just kept on trucking, and everything that he was required to do, he did it.
Growing up, I was really loving baseball. Then 7th grade, I found out they didn't have a baseball team. Started talking to my mom about football, and I started playing football.
She encouraged him to play, and then, because I was kind of skeptical a little bit, she was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's see how it's going to turn out, and it turned out great.
During the start of 7th grade football, there was a woman interpreter. It was kind of hard because you can't go into the man locker, and later I found Gary. Then we started getting along good, and then we started getting best friends.
He was a pretty athletic kid. He's kind of quiet, very polite. Over time, I got to know him a little better, obviously working with him, but he was an all-in kid when it came to athletics. He would give everything that he could to it. And he didn't take no for an answer a lot of times on stuff, when maybe sometimes he should have.
He has much respect for Gary, and I thank God that Gary is in his life, somebody that he can relate to, somebody that he has a good relationship with. And so, I have the utmost confidence in Gary.
Worked with him in the 7th grade and 8th grade. Then when he moved here, he got into football here also, and I just kind of stayed with him. Everywhere he goes, I'm his shadow. I'm there. I have to convey and communicate everything those coaches are saying to him. And when he's out on the field, I have to be on the sideline, and I'm shadowing the coaches making the calls, and I'm interpreting those signs to him.
At first, honestly, it was slow. The progress was very slow because every 9th grader, and there's 100 plus, are all competing and trying to find what their role is going to be on the football team, and only 11 play at one time, so you got a lot of guys that are competing at different roles. But over the course of that 4-year period of time, that 100 ninth grade football players oftentimes turns into 35, 36 varsity football players by the time they're seniors. And one great credit that I would give Micah is his persistence, his willing to bring it every single day. And when you look up and it's midway through his senior year and Micah Willis is one of those 36 guys, it's extremely impressive.
This year he hasn't got a lot of playing time, you know. A couple of times he's been put in, you know, a couple of plays. Even though he doesn't hear what's going on, he doesn't hear all the hoopla, all the excitement, but he's excited and he wants the team to be excited. And he wants the people in the stand to be excited. And so, yeah, he's over there on the sideline, you know, throwing up his hands, pumping up everybody.
You're talking about playing high school football in the highest level of competition in high school football in the country. And when those guys get to be seniors, playing time's not guaranteed. And so the reality of it is maybe they get to play in 2 games, 3 games. Yet on the flip side of that, it's every day in the summer. It's 3 hours a day, every day, Monday through Saturday. And so there are a lot of other things that our players could be doing with their time. Yet when you start to add those 3 hours a day, every day, for the course of 5 months, to have an opportunity to get on the football field for 1, 2, maybe 3 plays in a game, maybe 2 or 3 times in a year, it's a tremendous sacrifice of their time and effort, realistically, for that moment. Yet that moment will last them a lifetime.
About Friday, I was in the weight room. Coach Vega was finished, and then he came up to me and talked about some plays, about 22 and 23. And then he showed me, then my interpreter Gary looked at me in the eye and said, "You might be playing this Saturday," and we both started laughing. So,
Scoreboard, the effort of our opponent, the talent of our opponent, the scheme of our opponent, none of that matters. Okay, this is our experience inside AT&T Stadium. This is our experience in one of our 10 guaranteed football games that we get to play. And they go home today. Boy, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, goodness gracious, I don't think we'll ever have to match up with that team that was in the white and silver. It will be. Yes. Yeah. Let's rock and roll.
Give me 2 claps to the South Street. Yeah. Give me 2 claps to the dance.
Just to look down there on that field, and you know, it's like at times I had to pinch myself. I'm like, am I really in Cowboys Stadium? Is that really my son standing down there on the field? I'm like, man, it was just like, wow.
I didn't know when, but I knew I was going to play. Then I was really excited about it.
We happened to find ourselves smack dab in the middle of AT&T Stadium in the first half against a district opponent. I thought our offensive line was doing a great job.
When they pulled him off the sideline and put him into the game, it was like, wow, what's going on? What's going to happen? Like, he's in.
That was my first time. It was really my first time. I was happy. It's tiny.
You catch each other's eye, and it's not just the moment that took place in the middle of that football game, but it's all the moments that led up to that. Can you imagine playing at the very highest level of high school football in the country, yet you don't have the ability to hear? And day after day after day, he just keeps coming. And so that moment right there was not so much a rejoice of what had just taken place, but really a reflection of what had happened every day for the course of three consecutive years.
I was bouncing off the wall out there. It was great. It was the best of the best. And like I told him, I said, you know, you played football in AT&T Stadium, buddy. You not only played there, you made a touchdown. And nobody can take that away from you the rest of your life.
Where's Micah Willis? Micah
He scored a touchdown at AT&T Stadium Saturday.
Wow, good shot. I should have been give up because while I see him keep playing football, he never give up and not quit. And so it made me feel proud of him. He also football man.
We knew never quit.
Yeah, winner never quit.